Pop, shove it from Devlin. Deal with the devil, got gatekeep me in heaven. Overstepping boundaries like it's my job. And robbing all arenas, you don't see me side. World lies, the spread I have identity. Lame to talk about struggle. Would you like me more if I was deep as a puddle that I pissed in? Drunk outside the righteous room. Rejection is pretty cool, you suckers will try it soon. Yo, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And even to this day, yeah, I'd rather sleep on the couch. Only will recognize real what it's all about. Not getting caught up in the crowd, a cloud, and I'm out, y'all. You can't touch this. He's too classic. I'm prolific, rap game zapper, rap game choking on me like it got some asthma. Nice Tesla, I got a Honda Civic, so I never have to worry about looking like a dipshit. I know it seems like I'm picking on y'all at the mall. On diet meth, they can't Adderall. The thicker they are, the longer they stall. Small fan base, stand tall. Yo, people who follow me for the downfall. What's this? It's not TV, pseudo reality. Who are any of these people? Why do they all look so evil? It's my treehouse, you're not invited. I'm an all-star like Smash, so excited. I'm so stoned, chilling in Astro Lounge with no phone. Watching VHS, eating lobster. Y'all dry as fuck like cum stains on some boxers. Smooth talkers and punk rockers. Still think about the movie Meet the Fockers. Leave it up to me like my name was Harry Potter. They get money for this, it's no wonder. We've gotten ugly a whole lot dumber. Bummer, little pensy brigade, get bent, piss at the pub. Manchester fans every which way. Robbie Jade, deliver, come hither, slither. In between the legs of your sister. And I didn't even kiss her, all nasty. He's too classic. I'm so legit. He's too classic. I'm so legit. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And even to this day, yeah, I'd rather sleep on the couch. Only recognize real what it's all about. Not getting caught up in the crowd, a cloud. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And even to this day, yeah, I'd rather sleep on the couch. Only recognize real what it's all about. Not getting caught up in the crowd, a cloud, and I'm out, y'all.
Well,
Nice, nice.
yeah, that was great.
Good, okay.
All right. Oh, they can hear us already. Hell yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. Episode 160 here, and we have a brand new host joining us today, Steve Fitzpatrick.
Howdy.
Say hi to everybody. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone. My name's Steve Fitzpatrick.
You're a geologist, right?
Yeah. I'm actually a geologist. I don't know why the hell I'm here.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah. You guys are super cool. Thank you for having me here. Appreciate it. Hello, everybody out there in TV land or wherever. I don't care. And let me tell you about myself.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about what I do. All right. So I'm in a band called the Lick Skillets.
Yeah.
We do murder ballads, basically. Country, gothic, southern type stuff. And I play guitar for that particular outfit, that organization, as they used to say about Miles Davis. But on my own, I write music and do stuff with a band called Unus Mundus. Lick Skillets are going to be here on, August 31st?
We actually got a flyer for that.
Where?
We could bring that in really quick.
Can you bring that in? That'd be awesome. Because
August 10th?
No. It's August 30th or 31st.
Oh, you mean here live in the
and
studio?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, in the studio.
That's the 31st. Yeah.
31st, August 31st.
Go ahead and bring that one in.
Joker TV right here, the Lick Skillets, and then
and then you got this show coming up.
We're going to be at Bouvet on the 10th.
Yeah.
Come out and see us. I'm really so blessed to be in this amazing band with these amazing people. They're all incredible musicians. I don't know what I'm doing there, because on my own I do not on my own, but with my buddy Rob Floor, I do a band called Unus Mundus, and it's basically the sound of two gorillas with jet engines strapped on their backs screaming. at a loud volume. It's
you've
what
been
they
doing
call doom metal.
You've been doing that for a while, right?
I've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
I've been doing industrial metal and doom metal forever, and I won't stop.
Yeah.
So, those of you who are like, hey, play that good, country music, I will. But I will also play that bad music.
Yeah.
And you can't stop me. All right? That's the way it is. Okay, folks? So anyway, JOKERJOKERtv, we're going to have 31st. They're going to be right here. Lick Skeleton on October 19th.
Yeah.
Unus Mundus will be, corrupting today's youth.
Oh,
right
okay.
here.
I didn't know about that.
Right
one.
here. That's what we talked about. That.
Yeah. I didn't have a flyer for that. I mean,
We don't have a flyer, but
Yeah.
but Rob said yay. And we're both yay. We're energetic in our zeal to corrupt today's
and
youth. So thank
support group too, right?
Yeah, I do support groups. Support group's just me. I'm gonna have an album out next year, and it's just whatever I throw at the wall.
I mean, it's support group. Don't you kind of include other people?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes like guest appearance in the band.
Well, here's how we're going to do the next album.
Yeah.
I'm going to create a bunch of backing tracks. We're going to go to somebody's studio, or maybe I might have mine set up by then.
Oh, cool.
And then no rehearsal, just play to it.
Nice.
I'm going to say, hey, you do the kazoo. You do the radio. Play it. It's an old technique. I mean, industrial music was coined by Monty Kazaza in 1975 or 76, and industrial music is a thing. So here we are, like it or not, But anyway, I'm happy to be here on JOKERJOKERtv. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mux.
We're happy to have you.
Beautiful outfit.
And if anybody was watching our Athfest coverage, you might have seen Steve appearing for the first time on the broadcast, and you did a couple interviews.
Yes,
I can't remember all who you interviewed, but you had some really good interviews.
Yeah,
and
they were interesting. One of the bands, God, I wish I could remember the name. Younger folks, they were actually influenced by, Miles Davis and Art Blakey, which blew my mind. I mean, that's old school bop jazz, which I love. It blew my mind. That was their influence. So I'm sorry about forgetting your name. You're a wonderful band. I talked to Current Rage.
Oh, yeah.
And that was an old new wave band that's back, and that's great. Old Atlanta new wave.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that stuff
and that
research like Pylon.
Actually,
Pylon
that reminds me
is
of
a resurgence.
The Current Rage. I didn't know much about them until we interviewed them for Athfest. But they put out a new album recently.
Yeah.
And they sent us a copy. I'll have to see if I can find that and show it to everybody.
That's great.
But they sent us something down to Athfest where we were at that time. But anyways, it was a really cool weekend. 30
awesome.
30 hours of live streaming for 4 days. We had about 50 different artists that we interviewed throughout the weekend. And so if you guys want to see what is going on in Athens, go check that Athfest broadcast that we did, because you'll see a lot of the the artists that are doing things right now in Athens. So.
I was just with you guys for 1 day.
Yeah.
You guys are a machine. I mean, I don't know how you. I don't know
how we do it either, but
yeah.
But I tell you, we appreciate you joining up and being part of the crew, man.
Appreciate it, dude.
Hope to have you on the show a lot in the next couple of months and stuff.
Yeah,
like
bro.
That, so.
Yeah, bro. You got it.
And so we've got Rick Schott Ricochet. He's out for the day. He's on assignment, secret assignment. So we'll probably hear back from him next week. He'll be back to host next week. So everybody wish Rick Schott Ricochet well. I hear he had a foot problem yesterday. Something wrong with his foot. He hurt himself, so he's having a hard time getting around.
Dang, that's
and
rough.
And he's having to move too. The house that he lives in. They're going to be selling the house or something like that, and so he's given a couple. I think it's 60 days, and he's got to be out of there. And so, he's scrambling right now and stuff like that. But
I'm no stranger to that.
Yeah. So we wish you well, Rick. Hope everything works out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So at the beginning there, you saw Michael Myerz. It's a brand new one from him called Pop Shove It. And this is let's see, this was released June 28th. So about a month ago, almost a month ago. And we've played Michael Myerz on the show a couple times. Really, really happy to see new stuff from him, and I look forward to see what kind of album or whatever he's putting out. So,
yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Let's see what else we got on the show today. We've got in the studio we have Aaron Strand. He's going to be here for an interview. We're going to be talking about his film called Withdrawal. And some other things. He does a podcast, Behind the Slate, and a couple different things. So we'll be talking to him in depth about that. We have a new serial news this week with Slayla, Sister Slayla. She's here. She's going to be, I think, talking about her raffle. She's raffling off a piece of her costume. So that's pretty cool. And then August 3rd, which is not next week, but the week after that, she is doing a clown takeover of Joker TV. So it's going to be nothing but clown content for 2 hours. And if you are a clown out there and you would like to get featured on our clown takeover, just get a hold of us right away and submit something to us, and we'll feature it on the show. We're still looking for stuff. We still got a couple slots left, but we've already got some cool stuff from around the world to feature on the Clown Takeover. And that's for International Clown Week. So
oh, heck yeah.
It's a worldwide thing.
You jokers, come on out to Joker.
Yep. All right, and then let's see. Also, my band, Rat Babies, we'll be talking a little bit about this later on. Rat Babies will be doing a show in Ellijay, Georgia, this weekend on Saturday, July 22nd. We are going to be at the Gilmer Arts Playhouse, and that is being put together by, you can't see it, the microphone's in the way. Analog Revolution is putting that show on. They're a record label out of Ellijay, out of the Ellijay Makerspace. So,
what time are you guys going to go on?
I think it's like a 7 o'clock show starts about 7 o'clock or something.
I really want to go. I'm gonna try.
Well, it's like the
Ellijay is beautiful.
Yeah,
that's good. That's some good folks up there.
Yeah.
Good place to go. Go to Ellijay.
Yeah. And definitely while you're up there, hook up with the Ellijay Makerspace people, because they're super cool.
Yeah.
They're doing a whole lot. The Ellijay Makerspace is just like, it's what you imagine the best makerspace in the world would be. Like, it's this big building. They have a weird layout of the building. Kind of looks like well, you know that what was that show? Lost. That show Lost.
Yeah.
The what was the organization that?
Oh boy.
Like, anyways, so the logo.
Been years.
The logo of that, it kind of looks like the layout of their building. It's really strange, But each room, they have all these different things happening in each room of the space. Like there's a room for screen printing. There's a room with 3D printers in it. There's a room for YouTube. If you're on Twitch. Or if you're on our website, we're broadcasting for the first time on our website. So
yes.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Instead of just going on with the show, let's go ahead and bring Aaron Strand in.
Okay.
Slayla, turn this camera on over here. That one needs to be turned on.
So are we live now?
I think we are.
We are.
Let me make sure that. Let's see if we're.
We are. Okay. Great. We were shut down by the thunderstorm, the elements. Thor, Cthulhu. Cthulhu did it. It's great.
I'm not seeing us live.
We're just
hold on a second here.
We're just
somebody let us know.
Insignificant protoplasm in the universe.
Let us know in the comment if you are getting us, if we're live or not. It says we are, but I don't see it working.
It says right there, Rick Schott. I'm getting an hourglass going in circles.
Yeah.
8.
Let's see. There you go. We're back.
You're back. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting us know.
Appreciate it.
So, just in case, we might have, because of the storm, we might be kicked off again.
Yeah.
So let's go to our interview right away. We have Aaron Strand in the studio. Say hi, Aaron.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
Sorry about this. It was unexpected here, and we don't have backup generators.
No. We embrace whatever the elements, whatever God is throwing at us.
That's right.
It's the spirit of independent art.
It is.
You got to roll with whatever comes.
Get some Frankenstein stuff and harness the lightning to
right.
power all
That's
this.
right.
There you go.
It adds to the drama.
Great. Yes, it's beautiful. We love it.
All right, so let's see. Yeah. Anyways, so Aaron, let's talk about, first of all, you've got some stuff coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
You've teamed up with Georgia Fine Arts Academy. Go ahead and pull that flyer up really quick, just for a second. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
So this weekend, Saturday at 2 p.m., I'm going to be teaching a podcasting workshop. Basically,
nice.
So you want to start a podcast. How many times have you been talking in conversation, if you're a podcast listener anyway,
yeah.
You're talking in conversation to your friends, whatever, you come across an idea, and you think to yourself, oh, this would be a great podcast.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly the position I was in, 10 months ago when I started my podcast Behind the Slate. And I had no idea what I was doing. I started completely independently. I talked to a few friends. I ended up partnering with some friends of mine who have a podcast as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But together, we've just been kind of figuring it out. And, look, like, I'm not here to say that I'm like raking in the dough or anything, but you got to build these things modestly, and we've had some real amazing growth over the past 9 months of my show Behind the Slate, which is a film history podcast. So I believe certain principles underlying the formatting and the structure of how to build compelling content.
Yeah,
and I think that's really the base level that you need to start at. And so I'm going to be talking about those things this Saturday, and then all the sort of nuts and bolts as far as microphones, hosting sites, navigating this wild world of podcasts. So everything you would need to get started, we will talk about Saturday 2 p.m. at Attica.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to miss it because I got to go to LJ, so I'll be out of town. But I was really looking forward to this workshop because I really wanted to know. I mean, we've been doing this for like 3 years, and we're the same way. We're working our way through it. We're figuring things out as we go. Some of the stuff, we might not know so much about cameras, but we've got some cameras that work, and it'd be nice to get some better equipment. But let me ask you sort of a question about this whole podcasting world.
Yeah,
if somebody wants to get started, where do they start? Like, because I see like people that do podcasts, they get it on Apple and Spotify and all these things, and I have no idea how someone would start a podcast and get it distributed to something like that.
That's a great point. I mean, I've never done a podcast. Sounds fascinating. What I heard today, I listened to Withdrawal Part 1.
Yeah,
absolutely candid and actually gripping. It was really good. And I've listened to other podcasts. I've listened to the Ratio podcast and a few others.
Yeah.
So what are like what Mux was saying? Like what would be like 2 or 3 tips on like just getting started?
For sure. Well, I think as far as just the nuts and bolts, there's hosting sites that will distribute your RSS feed, which is like the technical definition of like how podcasting normally gets distributed, and send it to the directories, which is what you'd consider Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all these other sort of podcasting apps that people use. And so that's all kind of like automated for you. The podcast hosting websites, you have free options like Anchor, or you have various paid options like Podbean or Buzzsprout. So that's really, I would say that's more the simple, like that's an easy barrier to entry. I think much harder is refining your idea. What is your podcast? Can you distill your idea into a single sentence, and can you stay true to it? And because the issue is that there's supposedly over 4 million podcasts out there right now. But only 16% of them have over 10 episodes.
Oh, wow, really?
So it's really more about the sustainability. How can your idea...
Consistency, too.
How can your idea get you from one episode to another? I mean, you guys got this show right here, and it's like 2 two like hardcore Athens artists interview other people to shed insight into the Athens art scene. Right? Like, that's what the show is.
Yeah.
And you can say that in a single sentence, but I think a lot of people get into a podcast and they're like, oh, me and my friends, we could talk about this, and then we could talk about that, and then we could talk about this, and all of a sudden, like, how is anyone going to listen to that because they can't follow the through line?
Right. And it ends. There's no scheduling. There's no follow through.
Right.
Yeah. And it seems like you've got to be really invested in your concept and your idea. And that's what, again, when I listen to Withdrawal, that was a lot of investment right there. I mean, and that was very candid. It was wonderful.
Steve, you checked out Withdrawal Part 1?
Yes.
All right, I think I watched Part 2 actually, or listened to Part 2.
Right.
And you were talking to one of your actors that are going to be in this new movie. Let's talk a little bit about this new movie that you're doing. So it's called Withdrawal. Where are you on production of that?
So we are in pre-production right now, and we are going to begin shooting at the end of August here in Athens.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're
about a month.
About a month. Yeah, a month and a few weeks, man.
I see you're still looking for somebody to fill one of the parts too, or something. Or
we're still trying to fill a couple parts now. Now we're going to be. I'll talk a little bit about the story. So it's a story about a couple of young artists who have become addicted to heroin, and they are basically mooching off of the girl's parents as a means to funding their habit. And one day, her parents come and say, either you can go to rehab or we're cutting you off and you got to get out of the house. And so the couple decides we're going to go on their own. They can't tell us what to do.
Right.
And so they try to get on Suboxone, which is, if you don't know, is a medicine sort of like methadone that relieves the worst withdrawal symptoms. But the thing about Suboxone is that there's an ingredient in it that if you have any dope in your system and you take this medicine, you're going to go into the worst withdrawals of your life. So what the doctor tells them is you need to go home. If you don't use for 12 hours, you come back first thing in the morning, I will give you this medicine. So what they do is they go home to their house, which is their last night in this house before they get kicked out. And they got to go through 12 hours of withdrawal together. And as they undergo this night of hell, they're going back through their own relationship and trying to trace when did the love get replaced with the dope.
That's right.
And figure out where did it all go wrong. And so that's the movie.
I mean, from hearing you today, it's all autobiographical. There's I mean, you laid it on the line, and I love this one quote that you have here. So where is it? Right here. As long as I wasn't shooting up, I wasn't a junkie. Not always true, of course. At all.
But that's the way you think about it.
You do. And I mean, there are many ways to get it in your system, and for it to start taking over your psyche, your life, your physical health. You know, and again, what you just said kind of echoes what I heard earlier today, and that's powerful because you're bringing, that anguish out there to the movie. I can't wait to see the movie.
Thank you.
Right now, you're welcome.
Thank you. Well, I will just say, it's inspired by many things that I experienced, but of course, dramatically rendered for the screen.
Oh yes.
But yeah, man, I grew up here in Athens, and
I feel you. Same here.
And I didn't know it at the time, but I was, I started using, narcotics in high school through painkillers. And I didn't realize that I was a part of this thing that we now know as the opioid epidemic. But that habit followed me wherever I went, and then ultimately, blew up in my face. And so that's the experience that I'm drawing from. And it's taken, I've been clean for over 10 years now. And I've been trying to write about, addiction for 10 years, and so it's taken me 10 years to find this story and find a way that I felt comfortable telling it.
It's really cool that you're doing it now.
So I appreciate that.
Like you say, you're pulling from some of your own experience, inspiration from your own experiences. Are you working with anybody else that has actually, experienced the heroin addiction and what that does to your life, to kind of informed.
And the storm.
Yeah. I am the storm.
You are the storm.
You brought the storm.
Yes. Hey, you ought to
let's see.
think about DC Comics. You'd be Dark Side. I am the storm.
You guys,
they already got a guy for that.
Yeah. I don't think they're casting right now.
I don't know what you think about superhero movies. It's gotten kind of old. Yeah.
All right. Well,
For sure.
I don't know for sure that we're going live, but we're at least recording. So if this isn't going live, we'll kind of like edit it together and put it back up later.
Yeah, cool.
But if you guys are in the chat and you're seeing us right now, go ahead and say hey. We see you.
Somebody say hi.
So we know. It looks like Chris Shue might have said hey.
Chris
okay.
Shue. Where's John? John.
Thanks for letting us know. All right. I think we might be back. All right. Cool.
Dude.
Hey.
All right. Well, let's see how long this one lasts.
Yeah. Let's talk really fast.
Yeah.
So look, we need
right.
funding for Joker TV so that we can get a backup generator.
That's right.
Everybody out there, we need funding for a backup generator if this happens again. All right. So what were we talking about?
We were getting into how about this? Distribution of independent movies, which is amazing. It's a new frontier. Let's back story that with how has this writer's strike been affecting you and other people in the industry that because it's a big story right now.
Yeah, well, it's a huge deal. I mean, everybody that I know is either immediately affected or going to be affected. I also work as an actor. All the projects are shut down. Nothing's casting. Even things that were already written, can't cast anymore. And it is a serious problem. And this industry, let me just pull no punches. This industry is in crisis.
Oh yeah.
The pie,
multiple ways.
The pie has shrunk so incredibly, and it's all because of streaming.
Yeah.
And that's the real issue. There's a lot of talk about AI and AI is going to get trained on these shows and write new seasons of old shows and AI is going to just regenerate actors. I honestly don't think that that's the real threat. I mean, I think AI generating, as taking writers out of the writer room is serious. I think AI replacing background actors is a serious issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
But I don't see AI as a generative art form is the real threat, because that to me seems more like a gimmick. The real threat is the distribution of money and residuals that actors have counted upon for the last 60 years to fund their lives. And back in the 2000s, right? A movie went through an entire distribution life cycle. They had a first-run theater, then a budget theater. Then they went to airplanes and hotels. Yeah. Then they went to premium cable.
Yeah.
Then they went to home video.
Yeah.
And then they went to cable. And every stop along the food chain, the producers were able to resell it.
Yeah.
And the actors fought for an entitlement to that sale. Now with streaming, none of those stops on the train are available anymore. There is no chance to resell your content. And by making films and television permanently available at all times for a low cost of a premium subscription, they have willfully destroyed our business model. Wow. These executives have willfully destroyed the business model that worked for us for 60 years. And the problem that I think that both sides are wrong, if I can be completely honest with you, because the producers created this. They thought that they thought by jumping into streaming and by competing with the YouTubers of the world was their way into the attention economy. And they didn't realize that what made themselves profitable was their scarcity. Was the fact that they were the ones that had the content and it wasn't permanently available. The second problem is that SAG-AFTRA, the actors union that is organizing the strike, is not being honest with their members about what the situation is. They're telling their members, these producers are hoarding their money from you, which is partially true. But the real truth is that there's not enough money to go around like there was anymore because the pie is getting smaller. And the solutions that they're proposing of doing a stream-based residual model, it's going to do the same thing that Spotify did to musicians, which is that Taylor Swift And the big boys of the music world, they get to make money from Spotify.
Yeah.
Everyone else is taking home fractions of a penny.
Yeah.
And right now,
That's right.
you have 160,000 actors in SAG that are picketing and protesting for a system that is actually going to, or for a solution that is actually going to hurt them in the long run.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, and like
spot on.
I listen to a lot of people talk about what's going on with this, and I'm kind of like with you. I think both sides are wrong in maybe a different way. But it in my thought, it's like I mean, like when when we went from movies, there being movies to there being television and cable television, like things change over time, and you have to, like, the industry has to change along with it, and like what's enacted right now is years and years and years old. Like these rules and these things, the way the system works now, it's based on this old system that doesn't even really exist anymore, and so now we have this new system, and we've got to figure out like how this system works so that it is fair for everybody, and I mean, when you got, like you're talking about, a Netflix subscription costs less than a movie ticket cost. And you get a whole month's worth of content instead of one piece of content.
Right.
Like, there's definitely not enough money to go around. And although, the executives of Netflix are getting big, giant checks.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of more money that could go around, but,
For sure.
So
I
wonder what the answer is, though,
Well, I have a theory about that, and it ties into why, for my film Withdrawal, I've incorporated it into the podcast, and I'm here, talking about it. I think that maybe the solution is that we look at what's happened with food in restaurants.
Yeah.
Right? In the 90s, the fear is that like McDonald's and then the casual fine dining restaurants were replacing mom and pop restaurant shops, right? Like Applebee's and TGI Fridays was coming in, right? Yeah. And what happened in response was that this foodie culture developed, and all of a sudden chefs and television shows about chefs, and they got really good at telling their own stories.
Yeah.
And they started incorporating their storytelling into their restaurants, and now food and foodie culture, and I mean, people are willing to pay $300 for a fine dining meal for the experience of it. Yeah. I think that movies, I think film in particular, is going to have to adjust to a model like that's more experiential based, that going to a theater, communing with your friends, your family, and with the artists themselves, and with the theater space is going to have to be more important. We're going to have to once again lodge things in spaces and in time.
Yeah.
And that we as artists have to be better about telling our own story. It's not good enough just to tell a good story in a movie. We have to be able to tell our story of making the movie, of why we're making the movie, and everything that goes around it. Just like a great chef will, talk about sourcing their ingredients and where their inspiration comes from, and makes you feel connected to them.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it applies to music too, because nobody makes money off of Spotify. Okay, if the big dogs do, nobody else does. Believe me, I know. I'm there right now.
Yeah.
But now it seems more like you get out there to see a band live. You get personal, up close and personal with them. You buy their merch. You interact with them. It seems like these are a series of crises, and the responses are thinking kind of outside of the box, going away from the conventional model, which is only good for 1%, the top, and doing things in a new kind of way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and that goes back into kind of what you were starting that part of the conversation with distribution. Like, the distribution model of working with the big guys to get your stuff out there, that's changing now.
Yes.
So with this movie Withdrawal, like, do you have plans for distribution? What you kind of plan to do with that?
Yeah, so I'm in a position right now where I'm sort of open to it. Basically, I don't have a plan. Which is, but all that to say is that, like, on the independent side, we are looking for, in an ideal world, we're hoping to be that 1% of 1% that of movies that don't have a name actor attached, but manage to get into a festival that gives their stamp of approval, and suddenly will convince people to watch your movie, which is how the independent film marketplace works. You can't. A lot of people choose to just throw their movies on Amazon and Netflix and kind of do the same thing, but you're not able to make any kind of living wage doing that. And so this is my first feature film, and the reason why I'm like pouring in all this effort into creating an entire podcast around it, trying to create this entire like community around it, really investing in the people that have come on board with me to share this story, is in the hopes of letting people into our creative process, seeing that this isn't just a bunch of names that you might not know or a bunch of people trying to climb the ladder, that these are working artists, trying to make something special, and that hopefully on a grassroots level we can build our audience organically and see what comes of it. Who knows, maybe we'll be road showing this movie, which they used to do back in the silent era, taking a film from one city to another.
That's great.
With the filmmakers traveling with the movie.
That's cool.
To going on tour.
The way musicians do. We go on tour. That sounds fun.
Grassroots. That's where it's at, man. So, basically, you're chronicling the development of this movie again in Behind the Slate,
right?
Which I'm invested. I'm going to keep watching because you're telling your tale of how it's made and why. The why is huge. And it's incredibly. It's already incredibly compelling. When can you estimate it'll be out, like, for people to watch?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I wish I had a definite answer. I'm going to be editing it myself, so I already don't exactly know the timetable. I'm going to be editing it while trying to make some money too, because I won't be paying myself to edit my own movie. So that'll take some time, and then with that festival model, you have to hold your film back because these festivals for feature films really want premiere status. So you try to hold your film back until you get into the best possible festival that can premiere your movie. What that means, is that you can be waiting a year and a half after your movie's done before you release it because you're trying to hold on to your precious premiere status.
Oh, wow. Well, I know there's something of an independent sort of a lot of people that follow independent movies here in Athens. You got Cine, right?
Sure.
So
Flickr Theater.
This actually Flickr. This actually might be a good place to start here in little old Athens.
Oh man,
I'm thinking. Who knows?
Oh yeah, totally. We're shooting this in Athens. There's a story set in Athens. I definitely want to invest in Athens and try, even though I live in Atlanta now, I'm just down the road, but I want to try to, invest as much as possible, like, in this community, which gave me so much. I mean, when my life was in shambles because of my addiction, I came back to Athens, and Athens is what built me back to life. So
I can relate.
Yeah.
I can relate. And, it seems that this is not a unique thing to have happened in Athens. I grew up here, and I can relate to a lot of what you were saying about growing up in Athens.
Yeah,
believe me, Athens is a wonderful town, but there are bored youth here, and that's the way it is.
And a lot of opportunity to get fucked up.
A lot of opportunity to get fucked up.
Very much.
A lot of opportunity to get the willy wang right in here.
Yeah.
And, throughout the your circulatory system and all that. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I like the way you also you're not like condemning it. You're saying, if you have a problem, you have a problem. And here's my story.
Yeah.
And maybe you can relate to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No shame on what anybody's doing. I mean, I just know what didn't work for me.
That was a wonderful. The way you put it across in Withdrawal Part 1 is amazing. I mean, it really hit home.
Oh, nice.
So, great. Good job.
I appreciate that.
Hey, man. I enjoyed it. And it was educational too. It was kind of reflective too.
Nice.
Can't wait till it's out.
So we talked about it. Behind the Slate is your podcast. How do people find that?
You can search on any wherever you get your podcasts, Behind the Slate, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, any of the above. You can follow me on Instagram at Behind the Slate Pod, on TikTok at Behind the Slate Pod, and then you can also follow the film itself at Withdrawal Film on Instagram.
Okay. And do you have a website for the Withdrawal too? Or
no, I don't have a website right. Just the Instagram right now.
Yep. And I can tell you, there's a lot of really great content in the Behind the Slate. He mentioned part 1. I listened to part 2, and I'm looking forward. I got to review part 1, but looking forward to more that you're talking about. It was. I guess it was about a 2-hour. Part 2 was about like a 2-hour talking with what's her name.
With Millie Rose Evans.
Yeah. And that was
another Athens born and bred. Yeah.
And that was really good because it really dug into like how you do your casting and stuff like that. And I really appreciated the way you do what you do. So, and I think our audience would definitely appreciate that as well. So
totally.
And maybe at some point you can help us podcast this thing.
Absolutely.
We none of us here know about podcasting whatsoever. So, it's like we've always said, hey, maybe this could be a podcast too. Like we're doing a live stream, but it could be a podcast.
It could.
So, anyways, but and then is there anywhere else that you would like to direct people to finding more out about the casting call or anything like that?
Right now everything's on the Instagram.
Okay.
So check it out on Instagram. That's my primary means of distribution and communication right now.
Cool.
There you go.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
we
right.
do have one a piece from one of your short films. It's called The Name.
Yeah.
And who is this? Who's in this?
This is starring a couple actors from Atlanta, Shivani Prasad, Michael Silverblatt, and this little short film is also, based on lived experience.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, because my wife, whose parents are Indian, we had quite a struggle agreeing upon the name of our daughter. One of these things that comes up in biracial relationships that you don't expect to be so dramatic, but they certainly can be.
And that's what this film's about. So we're gonna say bye to you and watch that. And then as long as the storm, it doesn't shut us down again, we're going to keep going with the show. So thank you so much, Aaron, for coming in and for talking about what you're working on. I've got lots to talk to you about behind the scenes. So stick around.
I'm here. It's great.
Thanks
for being here.
All right, we're going to watch the short film called The Name by Aaron Strand. And after that, we've got some Chicken Burger Disco. Some Young Thug is going to be right after that. And then we have Serial News coming up in just a little bit. So stick around.
It's going to happen. Yes.
Sorry, keep going.
I was going to say that I think this time we should stick to our favorites.
I was thinking the same thing. Top 5.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, look at that. Already on the same page.
And let's remember to keep an open mind.
Because who knows what the right name will be.
And it's all about what's best for her.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
Do you want to start?
Okay. Barty. You don't like it.
What I do?
You don't like it.
I
see that look. I know
What
that look.
look?
The look on your face.
I'm just savoring it.
Okay, and?
And I think that we should get through all of the names first before we discuss.
Okay.
My turn. Rosaline. It's pretty, right?
Pretty old? Shakespeare?
Yeah. You know what? Why don't we go rapid fire, back and forth, no reactions.
Yeah, deal.
Viola.
Chedha.
Beatrice.
Ajuni.
Ophelia.
Bargita.
Isabella.
Satya.
So I'm getting that you really want to keep it traditional.
She needs to know that she's Indian.
Yeah, but you're her mom. She's gonna know that.
She'll be light enough to pass.
As white?
No, as a kidney stone. Yes, as white.
Okay.
And when you suggested these British names,
From Shakespeare.
it's like you're colonizing my child.
Our child?
I know it's a lot. But so much of my Indianness is tied to what I look like. I don't speak Hindi. I can barely cook roti, and I'm brown, but I can't even give her that. A name feels like the only thing that I can pass down, and I really want her to have that.
Forget my list. Let's make it easy. Indian first name, my last name. Even. Done.
I feel the same way about the last name, too.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, you can't have all the names.
Well, I don't want her to have a white name if she's gonna have a white everything else.
So you're erasing me.
No, I'm not erasing
You're
you.
erasing me. She's my child, too. I'm white. You made a baby with a white man.
And maybe we could hyphenate our last names.
Rutland Bhatia.
Or Bhatia Rutland.
It's so long. What's going to happen when she gets married or when she has kids of her own? Is she just going to keep tacking on names to the end of that? That's ridiculous.
We could combine our last names.
Come on.
No. It'd be Ratia, or it could be Butland.
Wow. Gosh. If you name our child Barthy Butland, I hope you find her a good therapist.
That's not funny.
Look, I really want her to have my last name, and I don't want to compromise on that.
We said we'd keep an open mind.
You said that, and yet it seems like your mind is only open to getting what you want.
Why do you care so much about the last name? This isn't like you.
What does that mean?
You're just normally so...
Servile?
Progressive. And Rutland technically isn't your dad's last name.
It was his stepdad's. His real father left him. He was given this scrap name, and he made something out of it. For me, it's not about whiteness or race or whatever. It's just about the parts of my family that I really want to pass on.
It's just not about her. Is it? I think I need some space.
We can't keep putting this off.
I need time to process.
You've had 7 freaking months to process.
Please don't push me.
You're being selfish.
You're being a dick.
Well, you snubbed your nose at Shakespeare.
So Shakespeare's fucking stupid and pretentious.
Better than fucking Barthy.
What's wrong with Barthy?
It literally sounds like a burp and a fart happening at the same time.
That was my grandmother's name. I think we both need some space.
I'm already going.
Hello?
Hey, Dad.
Is something the matter?
No, I was just calling to say hi.
Hi.
I just thought it's been a while since last we talked, and I wanted to...
I'm actually in the middle of something. This isn't really the best time.
Right. We are time subjects, and time bids be gone.
Henry for part 2.
Yeah, you got it.
Part 1 is better. Try me next week, okay?
I don't want to talk about the name anymore.
What's in a name? What's in a name?
Oh, hey, welcome to the show. Today's episode is on space.
Space!
The final frontier. These were... Hey, I was doing something here.
Space.
It's time to end your reign of terror, Dark Meat.
Never!
New from the Fantastic Plastic
Chicken Burger Disco! Wars! Action figures!
CBD2, I need a little help here.
It's an epic battle of light meat versus dark meat! Chicken Burger Disco Wars!
Now you can play with your figures and have epic... Huh?
Wait, what's happening?
I don't know.
The galaxy will never be the same.
We now return to the afternoon movie. Helmet people.
Hey man, that's a pretty cool helmet you got there. I like it.
Oh, thanks, man. Good looking out, yeah.
Yeah, shiny.
Yeah. And now it's time for this, not that, but this. It's gonna be this. Space. In space.
Okay, so what do you call corn in space? Space. An unidentified flying object. Come on, I went all the way to space for this joke.
Space corn. Space corn. What's up?
That was fantastic.
We now return to the afternoon movie.
Oh man, what's going on? What are you looking for, helmet person?
Oh yeah, where's the sloshy sauce? We need more sloshy sauce,
You
right?
need to go to Fantastic Buy. This week only, huge savings at Fantastic Buy, where you know you'll always get more space in your bag for the great products you love.
Mom, can I have sloshy sauce?
Yes. This is the way to the store.
Space. So it's like way out there, right? It's up above in the sky, and there's stars, and there's all kinds of just space out in space. My friend Troy went to space. Troy. And he said there was some really weird stuff out there. He saw some strange stuff, like some unidentified flying stuff. That sounds really cool. I'd like to see that.
What's up?
Space is pretty cool up there. I want to go up there one day and just fly around. Yeah.
Space! Chicken burger.
Chicken burger. Chicken burger.
Space Voyagers. Action figures from another time. Many colors available.
Space Voyagers.
The Visitors. Unique styles. Monster. Shiki-Baka. Dr. Disintegration. Space Voyagers. Protein. The Newmans. Villains and heroes like you've never seen. These action figures are available now. Space Voyagers. Space Voyagers. Collect the future today from the Fantastic Plastics.
We now return to the afternoon movie.
Thanks for showing me the way.
Be ready to do this. Yeah.
We'll be right back after we land from space. Huh?
What's up?
I got the money, I got the clothes, my outfit shows, Pepper Sweets are rose, and if you use your nose, you can see that this song does the opposite of a song that blows. And everyone, this is what I chose, so I suppose if you don't like it, I guess you'll get disposed. Going through my life, What I'm doing now will more than suffice, making more than the average thrice. Everything for me is really nice. Everyone else compared to me are mice. Every day I'm getting better, and if you'll look, you'll see it in the letter. Wearing my sweater of success, me taking over rap will be like me playing chess. Checkmate. I guess I can't boast yet because the people will decide my fate, so hopefully the people will rate. Going through my life, what I'm doing now will more than suffice. I'm making more than the average thrice. Everything for me is really nice. Everyone else compared to me are mice. So I'm the best, better than all the rest. You can tell by how I'm dressed if it's me who you detest, and I guess I'll have to shoot you in the chest, but I guess that time will test. Going through my life, what I'm doing now will more than suffice. I'm making more than the average thrice. Everything for me is really nice. Everyone else compared to me are mice.
Hi there, kids. This is Sister Slayla with Serial News. Thanks for coming to join me on JOKERJOKER TV. Let's talk about let's not look at that. Let's talk about a few things. Hi, everybody. So sorry about the weather problems that we're having. Thanks for sticking around with us, though. I did have some things to talk about, though. Well, first off, I want to talk about some clown shit. Did you know that clowns started as early as the Egyptian times, like the pyramids and the pharaohs? Pharaohs actually had a court jester, but it definitely had a different name. So educate yourselves, all right? Because we're going to be doing a clown crusade on August 3rd, and I need your clowns. I cannot stress this enough. I need your clowns. So send them my way, please. We have one more week until deadlines for me to be editing, and then it's go time, babies. All right. Anyway. So then I have some current events to discuss with you. I've got a lot. I've got a lot of notes. So they're just little headliners because I don't want to go into terrible details just in case we lose a signal again. But did you know that Chinese hackers breached the U.S. emails? Wild. Then the heat index, the heat wave that we've been feeling, you know how it feels like the scene from Ace Ventura where he's in the rhino suit? Yeah. So apparently that's got scientists really concerned about the mosquito population increasing malaria right now. And then also there is an 11-year-old daughter of a top Kashmiri rebel leader who has she's issued out a rare appeal to visit her father in jail in India, which it's rare because he's a rebel leader, so like he's not supposed to have any communication with anybody. Apparently she's winning. Fuck yeah. And then better news, Johnny Depp is selling his self-portrait. Anyway, also, if you remember last week, Rick Ricochet told us that UFOs don't exist. And that's because they're called UAPs now. So that's what you have to Google. If you want to find out about our neighbors out in the space worlds, you have to Google the correct acronym. And this is, UAPs are defined as sightings that cannot be identified as aircraft or natural phenomenon from a scientific perspective. NASA comments on a new era of transparency. So maybe now we'll start actually learning about real aliens and not just being told a bunch of booey. Another thing I wanted to go over, on Tuesday, I got to help with the Athens Fine Arts Academy with their viewing of Bill Cody's docu-movie of The Two-Headed Cow, which is the story of Dexter Romweber. And so I have a little bit of notes. So Bill Cody and his production team, they had, he said that they were like in their 30s in Hollywood, and they just did what you do when you're in your 30s in Hollywood. Drugs, rock and roll, sex, and making a documentary about somebody cooler than you. And they had to stop production, unfortunately, because of circumstantial situations, but they were able to finish everything once they gained the funding and were able to recover some of their lost negatives. But they did it all in like a backyard setting. A lot of the scenes are done in a hotel room that they were all staying in with Dexter. And it's really cool. It's really humbling. You get to see this guy who, you get to see him as a young, aspiring star who had no intentions of being famous. He just wanted to play music, and he had inspirations like the Coasters and Buddy Holly and the Cramps, and he even got to play with the Cramps, and he was like, oh my god, I just love playing music. And he had a drummer. Hold on, I'm losing my notes here. He had a drummer that was like his best friend for like 13 to 15 years plus playing with him, and then there is an issue with that. There is delegations against what actually happened, so I'm not going to go into the details. That's their story to tell. You'll just have to watch the movie. But they lost touch with each other, and Dexter was able to come back into playing with his sister as his drummer, and that's really cool because you got to keep it in the family. When your talent is just genetic, you have to support it. And that was something that his mother even supported. She would say that she just wanted to have the bands. She said that she would have about 3 bands playing in a house at all times, and it was because it made her feel safer knowing where the kids were and what they were doing. So, and she even goes on to talk about how she understood the life of rockabilly, and that there was going to be drugs, there was going to be influences, but she knew that her kids were safe, that they were going to come home that night, and then she knew that their friends were going to be safe. So that's also really cool. That kind of made me tear up a little bit. I was a little out of character. But so that was when he was in Flat Duos, and then Flat Duo Sets, which is actually named after the Gene Vincent guitar, which is kind of cool. I love finding out origins of band names, and like that it's because he just loved his guitar so dang much. His sister even goes to talk about her venture into buying a guitar, and then so does Nico Case. But Dexter does talk about the dark side, that he compares it a lot to Baudelaire, Charles Baudelaire, which, again, for me, that's relatable because I compare a lot of my life and my dark paths with Charles Bukowski. He's an asshole, and he's proud of being an asshole. He says that he would rather, he would say, because he's dead, that he would rather spend time alone than with people because he just didn't like people in general, which is just so relatable. Dexter goes on to say that today's music, he said, I don't hear the purity. It's all glossy. The raw edge of rock isn't in music anymore. And that's sad because maybe he's just not finding the right things. And that's just because, you know, as our guest had spoke earlier, Aaron, he was talking about how, you know, everything's always available to you. It's all right there. You don't need to mark your calendars because you can just go find it permanently stuck on the internet. And so then you get a fatigue. You get burnt out, and then you don't want to look for anything anymore. So that's sad that a very promising musician feels that everything that's new is just kind of oversaturated and lost touch to what he found as his starting point. So then more parts of it was that he spoke about a song that he wrote, and this is when the film starts taking on a more present time setting with Dexter. He's older now, and this is when, you know, they lost their negatives and they had to film backyard stuff, so they're filming in the van, going from place to place, filming in the hotel rooms. And Dexter goes to talk about The Dark Night is a Falling. And this is a song that really embodies his personal development with his own, you know, childhood trauma. His parents divorced when he was 1. He never really got to know his dad, but his mother always made an effort at giving him luxuries that would otherwise not be provided for him if she hadn't cared so much. But it still took a strong downfall because she had to work for all 5 of her kids, you know, in Venice, Florida. That shit's expensive in Florida. Why are you shaking your head over there? No, I thought you were disagreeing with me. I'm like, I was there. It's okay. So he was unearthing his trauma and how when he was 12 years old, he had started taking drugs out of his mom's medicine cabinet, and that's kind of where his downfall started. But, you know, he goes on to say that his mother tried, that she tried to raise him right. And honestly, you know, everybody always jokes about mama tried, and it's like, but did she? And for him, he, like, you can see in clips, there's a clip in the movie where they're playing piano together and singing along to this beautiful serenade. And again, made me tear up because I fucking love my mama. I'm actually wearing her jacket. So she goes on to talk about his childhood, about how, you know, he had issues in school, which I know a lot of us can relate to because school sucks. The public system definitely failed every single one of us. But instead of attending classes, he had a very poor attendance that she wasn't even aware of for a little while, but that he would instead take his guitar to lunch and then would sing and perform for the lunch ladies while they were cooking meals for the thousands of students that just otherwise they didn't appreciate these ladies, and they work really hard to give you some schlop that they're told is nutrition. So I'm sure that made those ladies like blush, and that wins my heart because old ladies, they need love too, you know. But so I do want to go over more about, oh my god, I lost my notes again. The Baudelaire poem that he reads. I'm not going to read the whole poem. It's also in French, but I found the translation of it, and I just have one part of the poem that really resonates with me. The poem is called I've been assaulted.
God, getting violent here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now that we're awake, let's talk about Charles Baudelaire. Okay, so the poem is called Revisitation. It's the part of it, it's like the second paragraph of the poem. All right, so follow with me. I'm sorry that this is going to be like a snore fest real quick. Angel full of kindness, do you know hatred? The clenched fists in the darkness and the tears of gall. When vengeance beats out his hellish call to arms and makes himself the captain of our faculties. Angel full of kindness, do you know hatred? And as a clown, you know, I just got to say, we embody all emotions for you. We do. Everything, it's either compartmentalized so that we can bring you laughter. You know, I talked about last week how we use laughter as medicine. It's healing. We know hatred. We know anger. We definitely deal with discrimination. I get called a juggalo all the time. And if you remember me from Athfest, it makes me really upset. So, if you just go find the poem, you're going to find a part of that poem that is going to resonate with you as well, just like it resonated with Dexter for all of his life, apparently. So then we go on to, oh my God, now I'm going to hit myself. His personal statement on himself was that he started having this moment of awakening, I guess, where he started having these spiritual visions. And this was kind of where he was like starting to get really confused about his substance abuse. You know, he even goes to say that he just liked smoking pot. He loved drinking. You can watch in the movie, he's just a chain smoker, which, like, here at Joker Joker, we totally relate to that one. But he also dabbled a little bit in acid. You know, who doesn't like the technicolors of life, right? And substances that enhance that. But he goes to talk about how he felt like he was more of a renegade Christian than like a church-going praying man. He had a moment of clarity, though, because he would take these walks through the woods and he would imagine that Jesus was there doing the same thing, that like instead of himself, that it was Jesus taking these walks through the woods, and that Jesus would just stay there and he would look at the trees and admiring the trees and just being human and being humbled by the life. Like these trees, they don't go anywhere. They don't worship anybody. They're not sitting there praying all the time, but they're living and they're providing life. And that in itself, I think, is probably what he saw in his own music, which is great because we all need to do a reflection period on ourselves. Even as a clown, I have to do reflectionary meditations to make sure that I stay in my character. It's one of the amendments of being a clown. We have to stay in character so long as we are in our clown sona, you know, doing our makeup, in our costumes. We have to have these moments of like, holy crap, I'm acting normal, and that's not okay. It's against the rules. So he had these moments of clarity. And then we're going to get to the end of my notes here, where there's this scene towards the end of the movie where Bill Cody does this movie magic crap. He's flipping between the present and the past of Dexter playing on his piano, on his mama's piano, and he's singing that song that him and his mom had sang together. And you know, in the past, you can see her, she's like in the kitchen cleaning dishes or something, doing a mom thing. But in the future, in the present, he's playing, and it just sounds like he clipped it so well, you don't even tell a difference in his age. Like the soul never aged from that. And his mom even says that he was just always, he's the younger of her kids, but he was always the older of her kids, you know? And I just thought that scene itself was magical to watch. And so here's the end of my notes. I'm so sorry, this was long. But all in all, the movie gives me an array of emotions, very relatable emotions. And I mean, obviously I wasn't there in clown, so I was able to express these emotions. And I was choking up, holding back tears. I even had to step outside, regrettably so, to just have a cigarette by myself because watching him chain smoke was fucking giving me an itch. And then also I just wanted to sit there and think about what I wanted to tell y'all about this movie. You really need to see it. You can watch it on Vimeo for free, or you can buy it and support Bill Cody, okay? So that's The Two-Headed Cow, and it will make you cry real tears, okay? So then moving on, after those long extensive notes, so sorry again, we are going to, so I don't have any music videos for you guys today. I'm so sorry. I didn't even record my show from last night at No Tomorrow or my birthday show from last Friday. I tried. Thank you, Mux, for telling everybody to give me shots, because it fucking worked. I had to sober up 3 separate times. But the show on Friday did make a really good turnout. Bands, not yet. Bands actually got paid, which was great. I think I actually still owe somebody money. I'll work on that. But then the show last night at No Tomorrow, I had, the salad toss-up of the grindcore, ska, and heavy metal band. 5 people showed up. It is a Wednesday, so that sucks. But the bands played as if it was packed out, and that's phenomenal. That's what I'm here for. So then, instead of music videos, which you can always email us your music videos and we will play them. Do that. Go to our website, hit submit stuff. Do that. But I do have a lot of flyers for things going on in the Atlanta music scene. So first off, we have Eileen. Yeah. The Last Responders. They're from Portland, and Riverside Odds from Philly, playing with Saddam, Death Cave, and Swing Set. I love Swing Set. Their drummer is just a good friend of mine. He actually played in the band, one of the bands that played last night for me. Next up, we have the Barbie Party at Star Bar. There will be a DJ. There will be vendors, I'm pretty sure. Just a big old party fun. Dress up in pink, obviously, because it's a Barbie world. Next, we have... Ooh, this one. Oh, this is like fucking phenomenal Riot Girl fun. We have Hornado. 2 of the members are twins. Yes. And then we have Los Hoyos Muertos. I actually have never seen them, and I really hope that I can make it to this show. Then we have our Athens heroes, Triangle Fire. If you know Nick and Tandy, then you know that that's going to be fucking phenomenal. And then last off, we have Red Hot Empty, who opened for my birthday, and I wished I had put them in a later slot because they just killed it, and they deserve all your support. Next up, we have Terminus Hate City with 40 Ounce Booking. They are doing a punk and metal flea market. I'm pretty sure that they're still accepting vendors submissions. You'll have to go to the webpage on their Instagram for 40 Ounce Booking or Terminus. I think it's on both Instagrams. You can find them either Instagram or Facebook's. But there's going to be a huge lineup of bands, conglomerates of punk rock and metal from the Atlanta scene. Look, 404 Flea. Use that scanner code thingy. Next up, we have the Seizure Free Summer. This is a stacked as fuck boy flyer. It is brought to you by Black Blood Productions, Olivia Kruger, and Renegade Tattoo Company. We have Drop Dead Nasty, Gas Station Boner Pills, Thunder from the Gods. I don't know if you guys actually heard that. Grounds Crew, Witch Digger, Catch These Hands, Night Terrors, Rat Babies, Word Problems, and No Loves. Everybody is traveling in to see this one. This is to support epilepsy. All money made from the show is going to the Epilepsy Foundation. This is more hosted by Olivia Kruger than it is any of the rest of us. So please come out and support. That one's on August 25th. It is at Star Bar. It's 21 and up. So sorry. So that's about it from me. Yeah, that's all I have for today. That was a lot. That was a mouthful. I'm so sorry you had to stare at my face this entire time. But hey, I love seeing you. So I'll see you guys next week. But remember, keep your spoons close, because I'm going to have a big old bowl of cereal news. Bye-bye.
I saw Valina was posting recently about 41. Okay, we're back. All right. So that was Alice. Was that amazing or what?
That was great.
So that song's For Dead is what that was called. And Alice, this is the first time we've ever featured Alice on the show. So they're a new artist for the show. I really like what they had going on. And so they submitted a couple pieces to us. And so we've got another one to play here in just a minute. But that was a long set. So we were trying to catch up because we had to skip a bunch of stuff to do that interview before the storm. Yeah,
thunder only happens when it's raining.
Exactly.
But Alice, I think Alice goes on tour. So
yeah, they're
probably
they
gonna
are here.
Get an opportunity.
Pull that flyer up. Actually, let's see. Let's see. He's got it coming up. It's the Alice. Damn it! I don't see it.
A one is
the very first one.
One's in the name.
Right there.
Yeah.
Alice tour. So they have a whole tour going on, and this is through the end of the month. So I guess they're on the road actually right now. What is today's date? The 20th. So they're in Washington right now.
That looks like a West Coast tour.
Yeah,
right
yeah. So, and I think we were talking over email about. I think they might be coming through Athens. So I think Joker TV might be. We might have to work with Black Blood Productions. And really put something together with them, maybe. So I don't know. We'll let everybody know more about that if we figure out what we're going to do. But we'll talk to them and see. Maybe we'll get some cool stuff, cool show going on here. We'll talk to 40 Watt or something like that.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
get it together.
So let's see. Let's go over what we had. We had Ricky MJ Adams. They have a new piece. I don't have the whole here. I gotta pull up my notes. Sorry, hold on a second here.
I'm just gonna keep tilting my head. It's kind of a hobby of mine now.
Well, we had that weird storm thing cut in and out of everything. So we had to skip a bunch of stuff to make sure that interview got in there.
We've all been electrically charged here.
Yeah, right. All right, so Ricky MJ Adams, they're from Chicagoland area. So they're also in a band you should check out, this Doom Groove band.
Oh,
you ever heard of Doom Groove?
Unfortunately, yes, but I bet they're great.
No, they're really great.
There's so many subgenres.
I think it's uncouth. UNCOUTH, uncouth.
It's great.
Yeah, so that's the name of the band.
Either way you spell it, it's great.
Yeah. So really cool. So that song was Acolytes of Old Gods in Aquatic Caverns.
I mean, you can't get a better title than that.
Yeah.
I'll be serious.
And that's actually that's off of their new album, or upcoming album, I should say. I don't think it's released yet. Yeah, there's no release date. Glitter Crash.
That's awesome.
So yeah, look for that Glitter Crash from Ricky MJ Adams. You know what? This is something that we had some issues with YouTube recently.
Oh yeah.
Shutting stuff down, and one of the things we realized that they didn't like was we put the artist links and URL links to all their social media. We want to send people to those areas.
Yeah.
But YouTube's like, no.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I was talking to some folks in rehearsal.
Oh yeah.
Practice, rehearsal. I don't care what you call it. But anyway, we were playing music because we're going to play music later. In a month, whatever. And it was like, why the hell is it like this? Okay, why can the artists not put their links in a YouTube video? That's what we want. Why would we not want that? What kind of legal? And I'm sure there's an army of lawyers, which
probably
is fine, whatever.
Well,
but it's there.
Well, we have found a little bit of a fix.
Good.
If YouTube ever shuts us down again, on our website, JokerJokertv.com/watch, and you can watch the show there. When we are live, you don't have to go to YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to Twitch. You're not limited on where you can watch us.
Fight the power.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight the power.
And that's like, it's this thing that we set up where we can basically live stream directly through a cloud server. So
yeah, man.
I mean, you know, I guess
damn no.
We still it costs money to do this stuff.
Right,
you know?
well, yeah.
We got to pay for the cloud server, but like you know, it keeps us from having to depend on YouTube itself. You know, so.
I dig, and you should dig too. Go digging right now.
So yeah, check it out sometime. There is a chat room over there as well. So like everybody, and that, you know, funny thing about that chat room stays. It doesn't go away every episode.
That's freaking awesome.
It's one big long chat room forever.
These are things you should be looking into, folks.
Yeah, so you know, it's like we're figuring it out as we go.
I hear you.
All right, let's see what else we had. So we had Ricky MJ Adams. We had CHPNDL, which this is an older piece that they submitted to me to us a while ago, and we just never got around to playing it until we did that CHPNDL deep dive. When Dain did that, I think he might have used this song in that, but we've never played the whole video on the show. So
it sounded great.
The band is Endless Chasm.
That's like the best. I said that earlier, but I'm saying it again. That's the best name ever.
Yeah, I love that name. Yeah,
it rocks.
I'm trying to find my notes on that so that I could tell you about Endless Chasm.
My tablet.
Oh, your tablet went dead.
It went dead. Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Oh well.
Oh, here you go. I think I might have found it. Yeah, here it is. So they're out of Endless Chasm is out of Arkansas.
Awesome.
So
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, Arkansas.
Yeah,
you ever been to Arkansas?
No, I've never been to Arkansas.
Oh boy, there's a place there. There's a place there called Raven Den, and another place nearby called Imboden.
Oh yeah.
And look, Arkansas is a beautiful place. I mean, they've got great, you know, people from the Poconos who go down to the Ozarks for the resorts and all that. That's fantastic. And they got lakes and fish, and it's good. But Raven Den and Imboden looked like that.
Yeah.
They looked like frickin' some lost H.P. Lovecraft story about Arkansas and demon tentacled birds and stuff. I mean, it looked like that. It was gray and weird. And then we got to the resorts, and it was beautiful. Even though it was winter, it was like, yeah, you know, we saw some comedy up there.
Yeah.
It was, you know, forget about it.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. A
yeah.
lot of New Yorkers there for some reason.
Oh, really?
Forget about it. Hey, come on. What you say?
All right, let's see. After that, we had some Cecelia Chapman. I can't read the name of that piece. Oh yeah. The cornflake. Is that how you say last word? Hullabaloo. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, I couldn't read it.
That was great too.
Yeah, that was really cool. Then and Cecelia Chapman, she's out of Portugal.
That's very interesting.
So international tonight. We got a couple things from coming different places.
Very cool.
After that, Phog Machine. They're also out of the LA area, LA and the Joshua Tree area.
Mm-hmm.
So Phog Machine and Almas Art did the video for that.
Tree?
Yeah.
That almost sounds like, you know, it's outside of it. That almost sounds like, you know, Captain Beefheart. It was like Antelope Valley or whatever. It was outside of
You ever been to Joshua Tree?
No.
Oh man,
I'd like to go.
Yeah. I think there's like one other place in the world that Joshua trees will grow wild like that, but they're everywhere out there, and it's like a alien species.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
They're beautiful. I've been to Bakersfield. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but I've been there. It was really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. And I see Phog Machine's in the chat. And so I don't know, Phog Machine, if you guys know Alice, but we've got one more piece from Alice to play. And this is a cover song, Land of Confusion, which, you know, might be you might recognize very easily, but they do their own spin on it. And
they got their own spin. My head's really big for some
reason.
I'm gonna tilt it.
Maybe I'm
gonna work on tilting it some more.
Maybe it's just your imagination.
Yeah, it is my it's not real.
I feel like I'm seeing double.
Yeah. I'm seeing double too.
All right, let's watch this.
And John Lester, my partner in Radio Tahiti, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Which still exists. Recommended. Well, is just accounting for foraging for diamonds in Arkansas because, you know, Arkansas, at least at one point, was I'm not in the microphone. Arkansas at least was at one point a place to go get diamonds. They came out of the earth there because of
really
stuff. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know about anymore, but you know, you can probably get little diamonds and have a lot of fun. You know, in Arkansas, cool. You should go.
All right, well, let's check this Alice out. Cover of Land of Confusion. Check this out. We'll be right back.
I'm Sarah Toxalot.
Welcome to Fox News. I am your anchor, Christian White.
News today with freelance Gazorp.
Off the coast of Nigeria, the naval ship Saratoga was attacked.
Another body has been discovered in the aftermath of the Squirrel Mike riot. Today in Agrabah, thousands died.
Local police and SWAT teams are currently surrounding a middle school
just north of downtown. Apparently, a shooter has just entered the school. Shots have been fired.
Shots have been fired.
It's just in. We have confirmed that the shooter has managed to kill.
More as this develops.
I find this intriguing. I don't believe it. Intriguing. I don't believe it necessarily.
You got unplugged there? Oh, well, we'll forget about it. So, okay, we are back. And that was, well, we saw at the beginning there, Alice, Land of Confusion. Looked like everybody was digging that. That was really cool. So
that was great.
Yeah, we like that. Those Alice. That's really cool. Hopefully they'll get to come through this area. So, but otherwise, you know, like check out their tour. Especially if you're on the West Coast, try to go see them. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What you saw right after that was it was 3 parts. We kind of played them all together as one part almost there, but this was all from Shaun Robert sent this in. He's Mutant Beatniks, and we played a bunch of Mutant Beatniks on the show. So, but this was a project called Mysteries of UB. It was like a collaboration. I don't know if it's UB. It's UB.
UB.
Mysteries of UB. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking of
yeah, yeah.
Bunga bunga.
So this was like this was in collaborations with Mysteries of channel, which I think you could find Vimeo. It's a Vimeo channel.
Some of that stuff was great.
Yeah,
that stuff was great. And then it was they had you had the Tangerine Dream kind of sound going on.
That was that was them. They were doing the audio. Shaun did the I guess he did the video.
Yeah,
as what I'm seeing.
That was
here,
amazing.
I think. So
that was
yeah, so that was a pretty cool collaboration too. Like, it was really. I got into that.
Oh, me too. That was trippy. That's trippy. It's good.
All right. Well, let's see. We've got some shows coming up this week, and so we got some flyers and stuff to show everybody. The first flyer we got. Well, let's pop up that Alice tour one more time, and just give everybody one more look at this. If you like that Alice stuff, they're doing a Summer Shadows tour, and let's see. Tonight they're in Washington. They got Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona. So
West Coast. That looks awesome. Albuquerque.
That's some driving too, right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of driving.
Yeah, that's
might be worth it though.
Yeah,
might be worth it.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, next flyer we've got. We mentioned this earlier too. Rat Babies is doing a show in LJ. This is at the Gilmer Arts Playhouse. You can see the address right there. This one, 7 p.m. The show starts at 7 p.m. And this is like you gotta reach out to them. Yeah, we got two different flyers for the same show there. I'm gonna have to get you in touch with them because
I'll get in touch.
Unis Mundus should definitely play a show here.
You hear that?
They would really dig it, I think.
Yeah.
So
they got you guys. I mean,
yeah. And they ever since we I went up there to do a toy show with them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so that's kind of how I initially really got met these guys, and
it sounds incredible.
People they're really cool people. So anyway, so that's going to be a fun
LJ's
show.
Awesome.
And let's see what do we got. The next one, and this is tonight actually. So you should get out going to this show. Flicker Theater tonight. Donkey Punch. And Last Responders.
That's some rock and roll right there. You should go check that out.
Weren't they on your show? Yeah. So.
It's not my show. It's just a flyer.
Well, yeah, flyer you were talking about. Yeah. Where was that? That was Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So they're on tour, I guess, then, huh?
Yeah, I believe so. I think I even saw a flyer.
Pick up the microphone, Slayla.
Yeah, I believe they're on tour. I think I even saw them playing in Florida not too long ago,
nice.
Coming up.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Everything's scrambled right now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, definitely look them up because you probably see where they're going on tour, and if they're going through your area. So I guess they're in the Southeast right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, by the way, John Lester's telling us there's a Sizzler in Pocatello, so go see Alice. You can go to the Sizzler and
go to Sizzler.
Have an experience. Have an experience there.
In fact, talk to the band after they're done and say, hey, we want to take you to Sizzler.
Take the band out to Sizzler.
Do that.
That's amazing.
Who has not been to Sizzler? Seriously.
Let them crash on your couch,
Yes.
Give them a shower.
Yes. That'd be great.
Let them meet your mother.
I mean, some of the best, the stories that we have from the road of being bands, traveling around, doing shows. Some of the best stories are stories of people let us stay at their house, and they're growing weed in their closet, or they, just crazy stuff. It's really fun. So, you're super cool if you let somebody stay at your house like that.
Yeah, you have a potluck, brown rice,
feed them,
vegan dinner, and then you really appreciate that cold hard floor.
Exactly.
When you need to crash.
It's
after
better than the
being
van
on the road. It is. Well, maybe.
Sometimes, it depends on your van, I guess. All right, next flyer we've got. So there's going to be another Sonic Space. This is Athica does this once a month. This is curated by Monty Green from Nerve Clinic, which you just did a show with recently.
Yep. At Authentic last Friday. Then
that was the
14th.
Yeah.
Right. It was the 14th, and it was great. A lot of freaks came out, and people enjoyed themselves despite 3 very different. Sort of different bands, not very different. You went from electronic, industrial, very very well put together to like singer-songwriter, electronic, brilliant songs.
John Lester.
Incredible songs.
Yeah.
And then
Toxic Patriarch.
Yeah, and then Little Old Us.
Yeah, and then you guys.
Little Old Us.
So this, Monty's not performing at
right.
this one though. Nerve Planet, he's not performing.
Yeah,
he just curates this.
He's getting it going.
So we got Eliot and Umu. Is that how you say their name?
I guess. Omu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Special guest.
I don't know, man.
What?
Looks good.
Yeah, like like the chant. Okay.
Ooh.
But with the ooh at the end.
I don't think you pronounce the W or the U. Not
You
the
don't
W.
pronounce the U?
Yeah, it's just like
Omu.
an emphasis.
Omu.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to go to the show and find out and ask him.
Talk to a linguist.
So,
just be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. The music.
And I mean, that's
great.
Winston Parker, so we need to reach out to him and say, hey, you know, how do you pronounce this? Anyways, all right, next flyer. Let's see. We've got, this, we'll mention one more. Oh, no, you skipped one. We'll mention one more time Aaron Strand, who was here for an interview earlier. Really awesome guy. Is doing some really cool work.
Yeah.
He is doing a workshop called Telling Stories Through Podcasting. So
check it out.
Also happening at Attica. So really cool stuff going on there.
That's great.
That's part of the residency of the Georgia Fine Arts Academy. They're doing residency this month, and they have a bunch of workshops like all month long. Some really cool stuff. So, all right, next flyer. We've got the Orange Twin show. This is going to be happening at the Orange Twin Conservation Community Amphitheater.
Wow.
That's what they call it.
That's great.
So, and they suggest, if you notice on the flyer, wait a minute. Here's my finger. About right here, right there, carpooling essential.
Oh, wow.
So there's not very much room for parking.
Yeah.
So, you know, pile a bunch of your friends together in one car.
Or just walk 10 miles to there.
Or
just walk.
Wait, where is it exactly? How far? Oh, that's pretty far out, though, isn't it?
Wow. Well, you know.
It's about 10 miles? Oh, okay. Well, that's
some crust. That's some crust.
Walking.
That's some crust right there.
Yeah.
It's like crust punk stuff.
Well, we got, Nias Cheerleader, Dog Person, Nana Grizzle, Kim Register, and the Meltdown Rodeo.
It's Nihilist Cheerleader's last show with their bass player.
Oh, wow.
Nihilist Cheerleader's last show with their bass player.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, it's in the middle of the woods.
Oh, and it's in the middle of the woods.
Nice.
I guess that's why the carpooling thing is so essential.
Always have a buddy system.
Yeah, exactly.
In the middle of the woods sounds great.
And so is there camping? It doesn't say on the flyer. Yeah. Anyways, this is a really cool show to go to. So, Orange Twin Summer Jam. All right, let's move on to the next flyer. We've got
Dimwats.
The Dimwats.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. Dimwats, Don Chambers, Waiting for UFOs, Turney Tough. Is that it? That's all of them? Yeah. So this is a Dimwats record release, which they just put out. Have you seen the video?
I've seen one of Jim's videos.
They got a
I don't know
brand
if it
new
was
one
this
out.
one. Yeah, it was a while back. I need to see the video.
Yeah, we like somebody accidentally shared it way too early.
Oh,
but I saw it and I was like, "Fuck, save and share." And I was like, I shared it on our page, and they got onto me. They were like, "We weren't supposed to put that up yet. Please take it down from your site." You know, but it is out now.
It's out.
Like it wasn't officially released. They were just showing it to some friends.
Yeah,
and it wasn't something we were supposed to post.
Well, you know.
So, anyways, you know
Stuff
how things
happens.
go.
Stuff happens. You know.
Yeah.
Wrestling. This
Is
great.
so
this is great right
so the band 5'8" is playing on this too. So this is Classic City Wrestling, True Believers. I don't know what that. I think that's like the theme of this one. I don't really know what that's about. I don't really follow the wrestling as much, but what'd you say?
It's the wrestling team.
The wrestling team. They're called the True Believers.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
And so the band 5'8", which is Athens royalty.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be
like
a
good
great
time.
All right. You know, what's your favorite 5/8 song? Do you have a favorite?
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
You know that song Weirdo?
I've heard of the song. There's a song. A song I really love by them.
Yeah,
they played at a what was it? The Human Rights Festival years ago.
Yeah.
And it was the name of some guy.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like really rocking. It was like piston rocking. It was freaking incredible.
God damn it, Paul.
God damn it, Paul. That might have been it.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
It was. I have a hard time describing it. It just had a real syncopated beat, and the dude was pissed off. I mean, he was just fucking firing at the audience.
Oh yeah.
And it was beautiful. It was great. It was like I came to the Human Rights Festival for this, and for the human rights, right?
Yeah,
but this
celebrating
rock,
human
too.
rights,
celebrating human rights with rock,
the right to go out and rock.
That's right.
The right to rock. All
That's
right,
right.
Next flyer. Come on, let's move on.
Yeah,
Athens Indie Night. This is Recess Party. Rona, the Echo Locations, and the Ocho. So this is gonna be a cool night. Really cool show there. Monsoon, Ponds, and Null will be playing July 24th. I'm not sure what day is July 24th. That's 2 days from now. That's Saturday?
Saturday.
No,
Yeah.
no,
it's the 20th.
No, that's Monday.
That's Monday. Yeah,
that's Monday.
It's
All right.
20th,
So
yeah.
Monsoon, Ponds, and Null at the world famous.
Should be a good show.
Yeah, that's definitely Monday night
it'll
show.
be good.
That's a really great one.
I know.
And then we've talked about this before, the rise of documentary filmmaking. Slayla reviewed the last presentation they made this last week. They have one more left. It's on the 24th or 25th, July 25th. This one's Jacksonville's Deadly Gang War. They're going to be showing clips from that documentary, and the film focuses on a hip-hop artist from Jacksonville. So.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But these are presentations by Bill Cody, and he talks about the process of the filmmaking and stuff like that. So like this last one where Slayla was talking about, that was a movie that he made.
Yeah.
Of Dexter Ron Weber, and
right.
man, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm really wanting it. I meant to be there, but things happen,
It was really good, and I hope that we
good.
can share some of it with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe we got to talk to Bill.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? Oh yeah, we were talking about Tears for the Dying just a minute ago. Tears for the Dying, Scary Black, and Obsidian will be doing a show at Cine on July 30th. That's Sunday, July 30th.
That's gonna be great.
So that's next
gonna
weekend.
be a great show.
But we were letting everybody know ahead of time.
Go to that show.
And we mentioned the Lick Skillet show that you're going to be doing August 10th.
Yeah, we'll be here. No, we'll be here on the 31st. We're going to be on the 10th right there. With that's awesome. What a beautiful image of the Mothman.
Yeah.
August 10th at Bouvet, which I believe is a Thursday. Is it a?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But it's
anyway.
August 10th,
Write it on your calendars.
I will. Yeah, August 10th. Remember the number.
And then then the 31st of July, is it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be here.
We're going to be here
in the studio.
Playing live music and whatever else.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, that's the end of the show. What do you think? Did we do good?
I think we're doing good. We're doing good, bud.
Even with that storm cutting us out, we got through it all pretty easily. It wasn't that big.
We didn't get too bad a show.
Well, I appreciate you being on the show. It's
hey, dude, it was great.
Yeah.
Thank you so
everybody
much.
In the comment, give him some encouragement here. Tell him what you thought. Yeah, this is a lot of fun having Steve on the show. So
I had a lot of fun too. I have fun with you. This is a fun place.
We're gonna get you back again.
Yes.
Okay.
This is fun. Remember.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, and we thank Slayla for doing Serial News.
Yes.
Buzzer Guts behind the monitor here. He's running everything back there. Chase, thanks for being here too. And we want to thank Aaron Strand for coming in and interviewing today. That was really awesome. I wish
that was amazing.
I wish we had a little more time with him.
Yeah.
You know, but the storm kind of cut us out a couple times there.
That video he's doing. The film.
Yeah.
Withdrawal.
Withdrawal.
You know, look for it. I'm gonna look for it.
Well,
it's gonna be amazing.
I tell you what, tune in here. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
In fact, I was talking to him behind the scenes, like when he's going to have some calls for extras.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, there's a scene where I think they go to a bar or something like that. So they want to have a lot of extras in the bar. So listen, tune in to Joker Joker TV because we'll let you know if you're anywhere in the area. Maybe we can do like a big show up.
Ooh, big cattle call for the movie.
Cattle call.
Exactly.
Just stay tuned. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And I guess when he's got the film done, we'll probably show a trailer or something like that too, until he gets in the festival or something.
Oh yeah.
So. Good stuff. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
That's all, folks.
That's all, though.
We need to make like a parody of that. Yeah. Like, I mean, that thing that we have at the beginning, that's a parody of the He-Man thing.
Nice.
Filmation. Remember Filmation?
Yes. The best like cartoon.
Yeah. So they had this little thing that went and it said
yeah.